Welcome back to the exOrion Quick Start Guide. If you haven't gone through the uh, setup, the one-time setup, you need to go back to that tutorial in order to move forward. So I'd highly recommend that you go back to that one. That's the first tutorial. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at your exOrion project assistant, your proof of concept. What you probably didn't realize is it's actually embedded in your PowerPoint presentation. If you go down to slide number 6, proof of concept tips and tricks. Double click on the exOrion project assistant icon. This icon right here is your project assistant. Tiny but powerful. As that's getting ready to load. Here we go. We'll just take a moment here. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things here. The first thing I'm going to walk you through is oftentimes when you open this, sometimes you'll see a choice to enable macros. You're going to want to enable macros for this to work. If you are uncomfortable and you want to run a virus scan first, I'd highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. You won't find any viruses. This is not one of those crazy applications. It's intended to help you, not to make your life difficult. Each tab is a different report. Spaces with blue text, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Where you see red markers, what that means, and of course some of the gray boxes. This will make more sense in just a moment. So as you open your exOrion tool, you'll see there are tabs at the bottom. It's like an Excel spreadsheet. The first tab, of course, is your Welcome tab. This is the first page. It talks to you about the different reports that you can create with this tool. It helps simplify and minimize duplication of effort. Let's just minimize this so that you can see everything here. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go on to the first tab. We're not going to go over these in detail. I'll have another tutorial about that. This tab is where you keep your, I guess I can expand it here, your key contacts. These are the people who are stakeholders in your project. Wherever you see blue text, you can always replace blue text with your own content. So obviously name 1, name 2. I can put Joe Smith, Michael Jones, Sally Johnson. Oops. And Susan Wright, let's say. Okay, and you can create as many as 20 of them. And that's a lot of people for any project. You'd add their phone numbers, email addresses, title. And this part is important. As you assign people to your project, you want to make certain that you know what role they're going to play, and they know what role they're going to play. That's very important. So what I've added here is select a role for key contact, and you can click on this drop down and you'll see there are a choice of several roles that you can pick from for the role that this person will be playing. It isn't necessarily what their title is. Anyways, you'll also notice this little red marker here. If ever you see that, you can hover on the cell that it belongs to, and you get quick tips and information, what contact name is about, and also this one will tell you that you can replace this logo now. But of course, in the final product, you will be able to put your own logo on these reports. Okay. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is the column headings. You'll notice that they have these little arrows. These are filter arrows, so if you wanted to filter these to show only these 4 people, for example, you can see, for example, I would filter out the select all. I'll pick Michael Smith, excuse me, Joe Smith, Michael Jones, Sally Johnson, and Susan Wright. Those are the only 2 I want to see. This helps you to make your documentation sleek and clean and get rid of all the empty space. You'll see these on pretty much every one of the reports that you're about to see, and many of the reports also have drop-down selections to simplify your work there. You just have to click and you'll see the information that you will need. The other tabs you have are the RACI chart. This looks very busy. We'll go through that in another tutorial. You have your project tracking meeting agenda. You have your status update. You have your milestones. These are the milestones for your project. Your action items. This is going to be a very interesting tutorial. We'll go over that in a later sequence. And this is your detailed project plan. It's now in Excel. These are all easy to create with simply a click of a button. And of course you have your risk management slide as well, so you can start managing and tracking your risks. All of this is very easy. Most of it's point and click. Constants is an important one. I'll mention what this is here. So as you get into reports creation, typically reports represent a window of time. The window of time for the status reports and for the agendas would be, in this particular case, 7 days back from today and 7 days forward from today. You can change this number to whatever duration you want. It will, of course, reflect the proper duration on your reports, and you'll see exactly what that means when we get into that tutorial. But these are the only two fields that you can change on this slide. You'll notice that those names I just typed in appeared here. This is an important tab, and the staging tab is one that's important not to mess with. That's necessary for the proof of concept to function. Okay, that's basically it. You have your exOrion proof of concept. On a subsequent tutorial, we're going to walk through how to create your tracking meeting agendas and your status updates. Thanks for joining us.